Hello, this is Teresa, and today is Tuesday, November 14th, and I'm going to do a quick flip through of my December daily. This is the first time I've done a daily other than Junk Journal January and Junk Journal July, which technically are dailies. So you do a post every day or a page every day. I paused there because I was like, wouldn't that be a monthly? I don't know. I'm just trying to follow what everybody posts on YouTube and talks about, and I've been a big fan of planners all through my life, and then I went from paper planners to digital planners because it was so frustrating that I'd be out and about and wanting to record something in my planner, but my planner was at home. So digital took care of that problem for me. Digital also makes it much easier to index things and to find things when you need them, as long as you've got it put in correctly. So this is kind of like a 365 for me, coming back to a kind of paper planner, but this isn't for me. This is a Christmas present from my sister in Texas, and it was a fun way to use up my craft supplies and do something fun. So let's go ahead and get started and move through this flip through. But before we do that, I want to remind you to please visit my group, Junk Journaling United. It's a great way for me to let folks know ahead of time when I'm going to go online. It's a great way to share things, information, and ideas, and to post pictures, and just have a real freedom of sharing of ideas. I know when I post on other groups sometimes I feel a little bit limited because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to share something that isn't appropriate because say I'm using somebody else's digitals or something like that. So it's not necessarily negative, it's just that I'm trying to be respectful, but it kind of hampers me when I want to share with the community. So my group is very open to the community, and if I see someone who's posting some nonsense, I'll definitely block them. But in the meantime, folks are welcome to share their pictures at Junk Journaling United, or to even do Facebook Lives. That's something that a lot of groups don't allow, but I've always allowed that in my Stampin Up group, so, and didn't have any problems, so I don't see why it would be a problem in my Junk Journaling United group. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and do the flip through of my December daily. This has a button closure, and there's a charm on the closure. It's a little angel, and then there are a couple more charms, a candy cane and a boot on the cover. The cover has some of the fabric glued down, and then it has some of the fabric, what I think is slow stitch when they say slow stitch. I don't know, but I know four different stitches if you count cross stitch. And I did try to faux cross stitch on here, and I say faux because when I do cross stitch I usually have a pattern that I follow and I stitch on. But I tried to do it and it was getting really messy, so I stopped and just did another stitch. So there's the what I'll call straight stitch here, which, like I said, looks like a little kid did it. And then I did the stitch where you just, stitch, and then I did the stitch where, I think it's right here. So this just looks like diagonal stitches, and this one is diagonal, but then I knotted it every time. I don't know what these stitches are called. It's just stuff that I was trying to pull out of my memory from when I was a kid and I did some of this. Then I've got a piece of lace here that's glued on, and some pearls that are glued on as accents. The inside cover and the back side of the cover have pockets. This has my letter to my sister, and so we have extra pages in here with, like, you know, pockets or journaling cards or whatever. Here's a year at a glance. Now this journal is I don't want to say it is personalized for my sister. I'm going to bring the camera up.
Sounds good, I'll do that.
Not that high, Teresa. Maybe I just need to pull the journal down. That's what I need to do. Okay. So, as you can see here, this is a like dedication in a book, and this was to my step grandmother in Ohio. So this was a book that she had when she was a child, and my sister gifted me this book back in May when I visited her in Texas. But I wanted to give back to her because this is a lovely memory of hers, and so I took a couple of the pages and I laminated them, and then I sewed them into this daily. So we've got another extra page here with a lace pocket and some tags. I just made a bunch of tags so that she could take them out and use them on packages if she needed some. I love the convenience of this sort of journal. It's going to be a real practical journal that she can really use if that's something that she desires to do. Here is a cover page from another book. So I wanted to leave this writing on here. I don't remember where I got this one from, but then I have one of Roxy Creations book plates here. And then I took some planner pages and I printed out some planner pages and backed them with tea-dyed paper for a writing spot. Could put a picture here and then write about, this is what the kids did on Christmas, blah, 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 for memory keeping. Here's more from one of Orr's books. I don't know if it's the same book or not, but this has a lovely little picture on it. Then we have another extra page that is on Florentine paper with a pocket, a tuck spot, and another journal card. Most of the Christmas digitals are from Roxy Creations, her newest Christmas kit. Most of them. Here's another planner page. This is a weekly planner page that also has, oh, I lied. This one does not have a journaling spot on the back. Well, I almost said it, so I almost lied. And then the pages that are for, say, the planning pages are numbered. So here's page 1. And then here we have a holiday baking recipe planner page that is backed to write more on the back for the recipe if needed. It's in this little tuck spot. And then we have a lovely little pocket here with a journaling card. These were a freebie from Create with Scrimping Mommy. Amanda does freebies every Friday, so that's a great group to join so that you can participate in those freebies, and a lot of good community there. Up here we have a hidden paper, well, it's not really a hidden paper clip. So there is a paper clip here, but you can't, you can take it off. And it does hide, but it doesn't hide in the traditional sense. So it hides because I glued a piece over here for this to stick into. So this is made just for this page, whereas other hidden paper clips, you can move them around. So this would come up, and then she can get to, I have to be careful because this is mulberry paper. she can get to this Christmas countdown page. And that's, I used a glassine bag that I hole punched. This is going to be painful to watch me do this with the shakes. We'll see if I can get it done without annoying people and tearing the paper. Because I did have this, whoops, I had this all packaged up, and then I was like, I can't let that leave my possession until I take pictures. Over here we have a top tuck spot with a postcard that has writing space on the back. And in this pocket, we have another weekly planner page that has no writing space on the back. I guess I didn't back the weekly planner pages. But Robin, if you're watching this, you can always put some paper on the back so that you can have more writing space. So here's another, this is a side tuck and a journal card. I keep moving off. I don't know what my problem is. I keep going too high. Here's just a music page, the other side of the music page. Here's a flip that has a little tag on it, or tab. This has a little pocket here, and there was another pocket, but no, I must have closed it up and just left it for a pocket here. So here's a side pocket and another journal card. Just a doily, pocket, and a tag. Here's a fabric flip. Now the way I designed this fabric flip is each piece of fabric is mounted to its own, I don't know what I would call it, like binding. So she can take this out because it's held in with like a tag topper, but it's the type where you can undo it very easily, and then she could use these pieces of fabric if she wanted to. She could just take this piece off. Yeah, all the pieces are separate. So I wanted that to be very functional. These are beautiful pieces of fabric. So here she's got a barn with a white horse, and she actually does have a white and a brown horse. And there's a brown horse. There's a truck and a Christmas tree. I had a lot of fun putting that together. Here's a sack that has a journal card on this side. This bag was brought to me by my husband. He was visiting a prison in Yuma, Arizona. Can't remember. Refugee prison? No. Internment prison? I don't remember what it was called. These were fun. I made these as a result of one of Roxy Creations challenges. I used a vintage letter. This is a real vintage letter made out of, has that rag paper. And so it's a flip. And the flip, I was going to do it over the page, but because of the binding here at the top, the topper, it didn't fit as well as I would have liked it to. So I did a belly band right here and tucked it into the belly band. And I was real happy with all the colors and everything of that. Here's a pocket with a tag. Here's a side pocket. This part is not functional, don't think. Maybe it is. It is. No, it is not. It's not functional. It's just in there, and then this right here is the actual pocket, and it has another writing spot on it that is backed. This is trimmed with some eyelash trim. So there's two main kits that were used. One has, this isn't really, this is more of an ephemera embroidery kit, I think. So I liked that idea of that embroidery digital. And we've got another daily, or weekly I mean. And this one, because this is a flip, I just paper clipped it in here. And then there's a little tab there. This was one of my favorites. Roxy Creations has a frames file, and I purchased that. And so then this one I put together. I didn't put any vellum in it or anything. I just left the window open, and then I used a little bit of age tape to secure it. And then I have this tag that I don't want to pull out. And I think it just looks lovely with the bling on it shining through this window, this frame. And here's a fabric pocket with those horses again, and a journal card. I was not worried about utilizing images more than once in this planner because these images are beautiful and I don't mind using them more than once. Here's a little tuck pocket, and I really don't know what this is other than just a little journaling spot. Something I had fun with. On this side of the flip is a sampler. So it's got a sample of some of the different fabrics that I have for Christmas. And just made a bit of a collage with that. Here's another book that I believe my sister gave me, but I'm not positive. This book was 1921. And another recipe card that is not backed, but it's, well, it is backed. It's just backed with some light digital that you could write on easily. This page has excuse me, a lace pocket, and in here is a Christmas bucket list. Another window pocket, this our frame, and it has vellum on this one. And then a postcard digital that I aged. Oh, and this is a flip. There's a place to write on the back. Here's a blank page. I wanted to leave some stuff, quite a bit of stuff actually, empty, so that she can customize it, put pictures down, and that sort of thing. Now here on this side, there's an idea for frames for to put little pictures, and here she could put bigger pictures. Of course, you could also cover this whole thing up if this isn't suitable and she needs a better area. She could even just write little memories here and put pictures over here. Lots of things that can be done with this. Here's another, don't remember what Rachel called these, from Roxy Creations. But this one has straw paper on it, and it's got a vintage digital, or a vintage ledger paper. So this is real ledger paper that I tore up for this particular use. And here's the other side of that bag that my husband brought home to me with a flip. And again, this one just has a little lace pocket. Nope, that is not a pocket. That's just decoration. So this is mainly for decoration at this point, and the sky is the limit as to what you could do to that to make it more functional. This is a fun pocket that I did, and this pocket is empty. So it's with a piece of fabric and a vintage Italian book page. That is great paper, very sturdy. So that's empty for her to put whatever she wants in it. Here we've got a planner page, and the pages that you've seen that are overturned, that's by design, because I don't want everything to look perfect in my journals. This one is backed with cabbage dyed paper. The Christmas Eve and the Christmas Day planner pages are backed with cabbage dyed paper. So here is a doily with just a little bit of decoration to it. And here is the Christmas Day planner page. I think this pocket was made from a digital from Amanda. One of the freebies from last year, I believe, is where that came from. That's what's fun about digitals, is you can go back. I've only been doing this for a little bit over a year, just a little tiny bit over a year. So it's fun to go back and use some of the digitals that I purchased and mix and match them. Usually you can mix and match things because that's what we do with junk journals. We take a music page, a random music page, a random old book page, mulberry paper, straw paper, scrapbook paper, and just throw it all together. So this one has a beautiful piece of trim here. I don't know if you call that trim or lace, but I got this from either Rachel with Roxy's Creation or the Paper Outpost. So I got fabric packs from both of those gals, Pam at the Paper Outpost, and so now they're kind of jumbled in my head as to which came from who. This one has a tab on the side from a sewn strip that I did. That was a lot of fun. I did that on this music page as well, just to kind of reinforce, but the flip, there's a flip here, is still functional. And so she could add a piece of paper, she could glue in a piece of paper here, and so that she doesn't, you know, because I usually like to leave the music pages pretty blank, especially when they've got markings on them, little notations. And so I don't like to write or anything because these are vintage papers and they're beautiful. This one has the copyright right there, MCMXVII, and I always have to Google those to figure out what they are. Here we got another pocket with another tag that she could use. I did not adorn these tags in any way, shape, or form in case she wanted to use them on a present or something like that. This is a belly band that I created a couple months ago, pulled it out of my stash. I just thought it was really pretty with the textured paste and the little cluster that I did on it. And then I just added a little Christmas bow to give it a Christmas look. And so this is a belly band, but it's also a pocket. So it's, in the back is a pocket, and then towards the front, that's where you have your belly band. Both are empty and can be used. Here's a beautiful little tag that can also be used for gift giving, and I just put that in a clear pocket. And here we have a pocket with just a little piece of writing paper and a weekly planner page. I did not back any of the weekly planner pages. They just have old book page on it. This is a journal card that I made on some old book page. And this is just a decoration on the back. It's not a pocket. After I did it, I thought to myself, oh, I could have made that into a little tuck spot, but oh well. Didn't think of it soon enough. And it's been gilded with gold on the edge, with gold ink. I love my bling. Empty page for writing or pictures or whatever she wants to do with it. Another empty page. Another empty page. The other side of that Florentine paper. So lots of space here to do stuff. Here's a pocket with an old, well, not old. This is a digital that I aged. Another pocket with a journal card. And just another page with a tab that on this side I used some old fabric, and on that side I used some old lace. Right there. And I just took this little bit of ticking, well, it's more of this, I guess, maybe it's not ticking, and just embellished. And then in the back I have some frames that have been aged. They're from the planner digital, and just cut them out and put them in here in case she wants to use them. She can throw them away, whatever. Just me trying to design and develop something that was cute. Now I've got this experience under my belt, and I'll have leftovers from this year and whatever I pull together from next year. And I'm sure that as I do more of these, they will be even more fun and have more fun ideas to them. So it's a lot of fun. I'm tired of saying the word fun, but it's all I can think of to do these, and to have this type of accomplishment. I view it as an accomplishment, and I love the way it looks. I love how I think it's perfect. It's not too fat. Oh, and then we have some little jingle bells here as an embellishment as well. So the secret about this one was that I made this journal cover months ago, and I had planned on it for her Christmas journal. But when I pulled it out to work on it, I was like, this fabric isn't right for Christmas, for December daily. So, because it's like ledger sheet fabric. So then I took some of the fabric that I just bought from Hobby Lobby about a couple weeks ago and wrapped this big piece around it, and then really decorated up the front, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. Okay, well, there's my pictures of my first December daily. This isn't the first fabric cover journal that I've ever done, but this is the first fabric journal cover that I've tried to do my own stitching on it. I also bought some cross stitch pattern stuff. Not sure where I put it. And I'm going to use that probably for next year because I pushed through on this and got it finished. But it just reminded me that I used to love to do cross stitch. So I bought this, and I was going to use them in this journal, but I went ahead and finished the journal before I got this. And so this will probably be for next year because I'm about Christmas out. It doesn't take much for me to get Christmas out. For me, Christmas means family get-togethers, food, fun stuff like that. This stuff is fun too. I don't do Santa as much as possible, and I think I was successful in covering up any Santa image that may have been in this book, but I wasn't religious about it. I just, worked on that as I was able, because like I've said before, Santa went bye-bye in my world back when my kids were little, and one morning I was sitting in church and the pastor made the comment that if you lie to your children about Santa, what makes you think they're going to believe you about Jesus? And at that point I was convicted. That's my own personal conviction, and it's very meaningful to me. I don't really care for the pagan side of holidays. I care about friends and family and food. So have a great day. Thanks for watching this, and I hope you visit me in the next video. Also, please remember to like, share, subscribe, dislike if you want to, all those things, because they're very helpful with the algorithm. And I have thick skin. A little thumbs down isn't going to hurt my feelings. So I will put my thinking cap on and come up with another idea and share it with you next time.